Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on this morning in Danao City, Cebu, Philippines, for the start of the 30-kilometer race that features the reigning Asia Trainmaster champion, John Ray Onifa. Onifa, 30 kilometers, that sounds like he's going for a solid training run this morning, but actually he's going to have to compete because Godwin Mirror, the up-and-coming talent from Bukidnon in Mindanao, is also at the starting line. And for the 23-year-old Godwin Mirror, this could be an opportunity to really show himself by, who knows, out-sprinting Onifa here in a 30-kilometer race. Godwin Mirror is actually a short distance specialist. He has a head on his shoulders. He likes to keep it short with his age so he can preserve his speed for later on in his trail running career. The warm-up is going on just like an hour ago with the 50K. We were told it's Zumba. I'm not an expert, I have to say. Apart from John Ray Onifa and Godwin Mirror, we were told yesterday there's also a youngster from here in Danao at the starting line who is going to turn 17 this year. But apparently he is also a real raw talent. So I'm curious if he can keep up with Godwin and John Ray for a while. As usual, the short distance group is bigger than all the others. And while everybody is engaging in the Zumba, and it's quite loud here at the start, I'm going to go retreat a little bit, go a little bit further back so I don't need to shout. One thing what we said in the previous broadcast an hour ago in advance of the 50-kilometer start, there have actually already been a few more finishes on the 100K. The 100K that started yesterday night at midnight. It was won by Andy Toniacao. And we said in the broadcast that there have not been any other finishes so far. But that's not correct. The leaderboard was not yet updated. And our team, including myself, we also had to take a nap a little bit because we've been up for more than 24 hours as well, and we have a whole day ahead of us today. So apologies for that. So Passaforte from Davao scored second place, and Juan Sagal, if I'm not mistaken, he scored third. So these were also the numbers 2 and 3 at the checkpoint 8 yesterday afternoon. And in total there have already been 8 finishes, but there's only one female runner still in the race, and that's Roxanne. All the other women have already DNF'd on the 100K, and there's only 2 hours left on the clock for the 100K because the cutoff time was set at 6 a.m. this morning. We will not be witnessing that because we will be following this race, the 30K with Onifa and Mirror, and as well as the 50K where we had Laria Polinario as the top favorite in the men's, and a relatively strong women's field on the 50K with Cecile Weil and the runner from Hong Kong as amongst the race favorites. The Danao City International Ultra Trail First Edition has proven to be a very tough one so far. The 100K finishing time of the winner was 20 hours and 37 minutes. That sounds incredibly slow for a race winner, but Andy Toniacao is a competitive athlete. He's actually a really solid trail runner. So this is not it's not a bad performance at all. It's just the trails are incredibly steep here apparently. So it hasn't been raining for 2 days, so that's not an issue. But the mountain trails in the hinterland of Cebu are very technical and, as we hear, incredibly steep. Let's see how this technicality also affects John Ray Onifa this morning, because let's not forget he's doing the 30K here, because last week he was in Hong Kong running Hong Kong 100 and he was going all in for that one. He scored 9th place. So by all means Onifa cannot be expected to be at the top of his game here this weekend. And that makes it interesting because that leaves opportunities for the likes of youngsters like Godwin Mirror. 5 minutes before the start, everybody's still jumping about. I do not see the 2 expected protagonists here at the front. Hope we can still catch him for a word. John Ray Onifa, we've been seeing him for the past 2 days here in Danao City. He seems determined to also defend his Asia Train Master title this season as a champion, reigning champion, or as former champion like Arni Macaneras, John Ellis and so on, Alessandro Sherpa. He only needs to complete 2 ATM points races to qualify to get a wild card for the Asia Train Master Championship final this season. And Onifa is planning to run the 9 Dragons in Hong Kong in 3 weeks' time. He will go for the 50-kilometer race there. The 50-kilometer race in 9 Dragons that will also feature some other strong runs like Indonesia's Rizky Kurniawan. Also Godwin Mirror, incidentally, is on the start list of the 9 Dragons 50k. So today's Danao City 30k could be a prelude to that 50k race in 3 weeks' time in Hong Kong. And John Ray Onifa also has his eyes set on Mount Kalatungan Ultra in Mindanao, in Bukidnon area, center of Mindanao. That's the beginning of March. And he even mentioned Lantau 70 also in Hong Kong later on in March. So Onifa is planning to continue his busy racing schedule that became really occupied, really busy in the second half of last year when he joined Team T8. So far it has not bothered him at all, because in the Asia Train Master final last month, now almost 2 months ago, beginning of December, Onifa was at his strongest ever. Many say he was at the strongest ever in his trail running career, considering the gap he had over 80 kilometers on the likes of Christian Jurgensen, Jeff Campbell, Alessandro Sherpa and Hisashi Kitamura. So there is no sign of any over racing yet on the part of John Ray Onifa.
Invite our race director here for a short reminder. Everyone please listen.
All right, good morning everyone.
We have a short message now by Bit Marita Soto, the race director, also used to be in Hong Kong.
Please be guided accordingly.
Very successful athlete for the Philippines.
That's all you need to follow.
Also gold medalist in the Southeast Asia Games.
All your mandatory gear, okay?
Mountain bike winner.
Good luck.
I remember, for example, winning the Genghis Khan mountain bike adventure in Inner Mongolia in China quite a while ago, now more than a decade ago.
Hours, okay? Make sure you have your food, your water, your headlight. And we also added there the recommended gear.
You can see Godwin Miller there with number BIP 168. He's the second on the right with Richard Ackel.
Make sure you have your hydration pack.
Godwin Miller, good to see you again. What do you think for today against John Ray Onifa?
It will be a tough to follow John Ray this day.
How do you feel this morning?
Good. Yeah.
Do you think you have a chance against John Ray?
I don't think. Maybe I will do my best.
Wish you all the best. Good luck.
We have 1 minute and 40.
So we're only 1 minute ahead of the start. We don't see John Ray Onifa here, but we see many of other runners. So we will make do with what I've been saying about John Ray Onifa so far. We will certainly see him in the race. Godwin Mira still a little bit shy, clearly. He's only 23 years of age. He first appeared on the scene 4 years ago already. It's almost 5 years ago, actually. It was 2019, The Punisher on Babak Samal Islands, a race that is also part of Asia Train Master this year in August. And Godwin Miller, as a 19-year-old, finished fourth in that race on the heels of John Ellis. Macaneras was second there and Kitamura was first. So that was quite a performance by that youngster, and opened a lot of eyes. And he's been taking it very smart, I should say. He has not gone for the ultra distances yet. Developing his speed, and that's what you need as a youngster if you want to have a long, competitive trail running career. The more speed you can carry into the longer distances, the better. The more competitive you will be. And running 100 kilometers, 100 miles, eventually will only slow you down. 28 seconds to go for the 30-kilometer race. There's also a 15-kilometer race that will start in 1 hour from now. We will not be focusing on that one. We need to make choices. And followers of ATM, of course, also know that usually we do not follow the 30K short distance races either. But we make an exception today because we have some very good runners at the start. We also mentioned Richard Akol. He is also a really short distance specialist, actually. A little bit dark here, but this is the start of the 30K. We can only assume that John Ray Onifa is effectively here. I mean, he is in Danao, that's very obvious. We've seen him, but we did not see him this morning now here at the starting line. And with this, we will close this live stream, and we'll be heading to the second checkpoint of this race and see what is happening there at the front of the race. Thank you for watching.